We're gonna bring out something else even heavy, man. We're gonna bring out something that was said over the weekday about Deshaun Jackson saying that the true Jews, according to the Bible, were blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Well, we got a thing to let you know. Deshaun Jackson was correct. The true Jews are the blacks, the Negroes here in America, suffering out the curses that are located in the Bible. Max Keebler made a comment and said that he could not accept his apology unless he brought out some more information stating why would he say that the Jews were black and not white like everybody proclaims to say. You know what, Max? We're going to give it to you right now. We're going to give it to you now. Out of the scriptures, out of books, out of information, out of history. If you can you give me, it's like, do we, yeah, we're going to get the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Get Ham for me out of that. And we're going to let you... I got one on the side right here, sir. Yeah, we're going to let you know something that Max Keebler does not know. Here in the I.S.U.P.K, we do the history. We do the research, and we have found out since 1969 that the blacks here located in America, the Negroes, the Latinos, and the so-called Native American Indians, we do make up the 12 lost tribes of Israel. Max Kellerman. All right, so like, bring this out. Let me define that word ham for me, y'all.
The Zondervan Compact Dictionary, the definition of ham.
This is the definition of ham. This is what Max Kellerman is not doing. This is what he don't know. The I.S.U.P.K has done the research. We have did the information. We have found the archaeological evidence to back up what we stand on, saying that the true Jews, according to the Bible, are the Negroes located here in America. We're going to bring it out. Go ahead, out.
The definition of Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood.
Now what we're doing now is bringing out who Ham is. Ham is one of Noah's sons. If you know anything about the Bible, Noah had 3 sons. He had Ham, Shem, and Japheth, his 3 sons. These were the only 3 sons of his to make it through the great flood. Go ahead.
And one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
One of 8 people to live through the flood. Go ahead.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He became what?
The progenitor of the dark races.
The word progenitor only means forefather. Now Ham, which is one of Noah's sons, became the progenitor of the dark nations. So he's the forefather of all the dark nations, right? Keep reading up.
But not the Negroes.
But not who?
Not the Negroes.
Ham became the progenitor of the dark-skinned nation of people, but not the Negroes. That is just more proof showing you that just because everybody has black skin doesn't mean we are all the same people. There are East Indians who have dark skin, but they are not our people. There are also Arabs who have dark skin, but are not our nation of people. Right. Same thing with the people in Australia. They have dark skin, have a dark complexion of skin, but they are not the Negroes. Just like the Africans. Everybody loves to say that we are the Africans and Africans sold each other in slavery, but what you do not know is we are not the same people. Ham became the progenitor of the dark nations, but what?
Not the Negroes.
But not the Negroes. Ham became the progenitor of the dark-skinned nation of people, but not the Negroes located here in America. Not the Negroes who were sold on transatlantic slave trades. Not the Negroes who were hung and lynched on trees. Ham is not the forefather of these people, but this is who he's the forefather of.
Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians.
The Egyptians, which are another dark-skinned nation of people, which have been so-called watched over in color. Everybody thinks now that the people that live in Egypt now are the true descendants of the Egyptians, but they are not. The true descendants of the Egyptians are in Sudan. They got chased out by Alexander the Greek. So the people that are in Sudan make up the Egyptians. That's why they have that dark skin complexion.
Right.
Who else did Ham become the forefather of besides the Egyptians?
The Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians. We all know where the Ethiopians are at today.
Yeah, right.
The Ethiopians, another dark-skinned nation of people, but not the Negroes. Go ahead.
The Libyans.
The Libyans, another dark-skinned nation of people. Ham became the progenitor of this dark-skinned nation of people as well. And who else, Up?
And Canaanites.
The Canaanites would be the people in South Africa. So Ham became the progenitor of all of these dark-skinned nations people, but not the Negroes. So Max Kellerman, we're letting you know right here, we have the information to let you know that the true Jews are black according to the scripture. They are not the Jewish people living in Israel today. But Deshaun Jackson got scorned for making that comment. It seems like you could be anything you want to be. You can be a Buddhist, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Christian, but let you come out your mouth and say that the true Jews are black according to the Bible, and you are anti-Semitic.
Yeah, right.
What is that? He didn't even hurt anybody. The only thing he said was the true Jews are black according to the Bible, and everybody got in the uproar. And what did he also? He also said that he could not forgive Deshaun Jackson if he didn't have anything, if he didn't apologize for it. But that goes to show you how Max Kellerman really feels about so-called Negroes here in America.
That's right.
He truly hates us. Everybody can do anything they want to do to us and don't have to apologize. But let you say that the Jews are black according to archaeological evidence, according to history, according to knowledge that we have took the time to look and find, and you're anti-Semitic.
That's right.
Max Kellerman hates black people.
That's right.
That's what we seen when we seen him speaking that day when he told Deshaun Jackson he should apologize. That is a shame, man. That is racism. That is the Second Amendment. That's the First Amendment, that a man could be any part of any religion that he wanted to, and nobody could tell him any different. And of freedom of speech. So not only did Max Kellerman try to rob, well, not only did he rob Deshaun Jackson of his First and Second Amendment right, he pretty much just showed America what he's really about. He's just another racism who's hiding. That's it. He really hates black people. You can say you can do anything you want to do, but don't say that you are a Jew. But yeah, in all the years that we were called monkeys, niggas, super predators, thugs, rapists, and who apologized for that? Nobody got up and apologized for that.
That's right.
We still are thugs today. Why do you think we're getting pulled over and getting shot?
Right.
Because they still think that we're thugs. Why do you think the Mexicans are getting deported? Because what? What did Donald Trump say that they were? Gangbangers and rapists. And the Mexican people are some of the most peaceful people on the face of this earth.
That's right.
Cook some of the most greatest food. Take care of your kids. I mean, I've never walked by a Mexican party and was not invited. I have so many brothers and friends, so many brothers and sisters who are Mexicans. When they see me, the first thing they do, brother, you want something to eat? Do you need anything? Do you need this? Give me anything that I need. These are peaceful people. But Donald Trump looked at them and had the audacity to say that they are thugs and rapists.
Right.
And what did he do when he went to Puerto Rico? He took tissue and paper towels and shot it into the crowd like they was basketballs. To go to show you what type of people we're dealing with. We would never do such a thing to anybody. Can you show me one time in history where Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans got together by the tunes of the hundreds of thousands and went around lynching people, hanging people, and setting people on fire? Yeah, to be honest with you, Black people are some of the most patriotic people on the face of this earth. Who do you think fought in all of your wars?
That's right.
Who do you think bled and died in all of your wars?
Right.
Has anybody seen the movie called the Tuskegee Airmen? Where those guys were flying planes, fighting for America,
Right.
fighting for your freedom? But yet, look at us now. We don't even have the freedom to stand up and say that the true Jews are black according to the scriptures.
That's right.
Now that is a shame.
That's right.
That is the shame that is upon America, man. You can say anything, you can proclaim to any religion, but let you say that you are a biblical Jew and you are anti-Semitic. And you got a problem, and you have to apologize. Do you know how horrible that is, man? Do you know how horrible that is to have somebody to tell you, you can't, that's like if you was a Christian. Somebody walked up to you and said, hey, you gotta be a Muslim. If you're not a Muslim, guess what? You need to apologize because you're trying to be a Christian. You're wrong. Imagine somebody doing that. Imagine a Muslim walking in the church, in the Christian church, and telling the Christian people that. They would have an uproar. It would be World War III inside of their Christian church.
Right.
But Deshaun Jackson can't even stand up and say that the true Jews are black. Good night, man. Read that again for me out from the top, the definition. And like I'm saying, we're bringing out the definition to Ham. More proof to show you that the I.S.U.P.K has that information that Max Kellerman needs to know. We are the biblical scholars. Ever since 1969, we have been studying and researching and finding out who the true biblical Israelites are. And we're going to bring it out what Max Kellerman doesn't know. We're going to show you that the Jews, according to the Bible, are black. Go ahead. I got it.
We're reading from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, the definition of Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
But not the Negroes. So yes, there are other dark-skinned nations of people, but they're not the Negroes. Go ahead, up.
But the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites.
These are also dark-skinned nations of people, but they're not the Negroes. We're going to bring out some more information and history. So we got the book Babylon to Timbuktu. We're going to bring out some more history to show you that Max Kellerman was wrong when he got on ESPN and told everybody that Deshaun Jackson was wrong for saying that the Jews were black. According to history, the Jews are black.
Right.
The Jews are the Negroes located here in America. The Jews were those people who were lynched and set on fire, brought on the slave ships. We're going to show you that also in the Bible, that it was a curse for us to go into slavery on the transatlantic slave trade. All right, you got it for me?
In the year 65, reading from the book Babylon to Timbuktu, Rudolph R. Windsor. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
All right, so in the year 65 AD, the Roman emperors, General Pompey, he captured Jerusalem. So in 65 AD, Jerusalem was conquered and taken over by a Roman. Who were the Romans then and who are the Romans now? A Caucasian nation of people. Who runs the Roman Catholic Church? A so-called Caucasian race of people. And so in 65 AD, these same nation of people conquered Jerusalem. All right, go ahead, up.
Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son, Titus, put an end to the Jewish state, with great slaughter.
With what?
Great slaughter.
So in 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus came back into Jerusalem and destroyed our nation of people with great slaughter. If you do the research on it, you will find out that they did the same thing that they done to us over here, to the Native Americans, to us coming off the transatlantic slave trade, to us in Mexico. They did the same thing to us in Jerusalem. Slaughtered our mothers, slaughtered our children, slaughtered our fathers, robbed us for our land, stole our inheritance, done all type of great crimes to us. This is nothing new. What you seen happen to us over 400 years ago was nothing new. They done the same thing to us when General Vespasian and his son Titus came inside of Jerusalem and conquered our land with great slaughter.
That's right.
So this has always been the custom of the Roman people, of the so-called oppressors. They always kill us, always murder us, always take over our land. Look at the land we're standing on now. How was this land talking about? By great slaughter. All right, go ahead and keep reading up.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
So that means they're telling you that they done all type of crimes to us, man. Can you imagine what they done to our ancestors, to our forefathers? Nobody there to protect us, and they're just right there doing whatever they wanted to, stealing everything, our gold, our riches, killing our mothers, our fathers, raping our women, raping our children. These are the crimes that were committed against us during the time of the great siege of Jerusalem. Go ahead, Al.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
So it was estimated during the time of this great slaughter that the Romans did to the so-called Jewish people, it was estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into where?
Africa.
They fled into where?
Africa.
So why did they fled into Africa? Why did these people fled into Africa if we just brought out that Ham, who was the forefather of the dark-skinned nation of people who are predominantly, with their noise pass, who are predominantly in Africa? Why would the Jews flee into Africa where a dark-skinned nation of people reside? If the Jews are so-called Caucasian people, why in the world would they flee into Africa where dark-skinned people are? It's a reason why. Go ahead, Art.
1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from the Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
The slave markets were what?
Full of black Jewish slaves.
The slave markets were full of what?
Black Jewish slaves.
No, Max Killer and his people.
Black Jewish slaves.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. That's what Max Kellerman doesn't know. We know that the true Jews are the so-called Negroes located here in America.
Right.
Just like now, and just like back then, we were conquered and put into slavery. We have always, whenever we went against our God, which is the God of Israel, whenever we went against him, he would punish us by bringing us into captivity, bringing us into different lands, allowing other nations to rule over us. And that's what happened during this time. During this time, we had went against the Most High, and he went against us. So what happened was, the so-called Roman Empire came into Jerusalem, took over the land, and ran over 1 million Jews, 1 million black Jews into Africa, who were trying to run away from slavery, the rape, the robbery, and the destruction among their people. Right. So that's why we fled into Africa, to blend in with another dark-skinned nation of people. So when we got chased out of Jerusalem, the first place we went to was Africa, where another dark-skinned nation of people would be, who we could blend ourselves among and run and hide. That's how you ended up with us on the west coast of Africa, because with us staying in Africa for so long, we began to migrate. So when we began to migrate, we ended up on the west coast of Africa. And who gathered us up and brought us into slavery? The so-called African people, which are not our people. Right. The Africans were tired of us living on their land, and they were paid by the so-called Caucasian race of people to gather us up and bring us into slavery. So that's how, what people love to say, blacks sold blacks into slavery, that's not true. What happened was Africans sold the real biblical Jews into slavery. That's what you need to know, Max Kellerman. Your people were never sold into slavery. Your people never endured any of the curses according to the Bible.
Right.